Hello my YouTube friends, Tim with Outdoors for Adventure. Quick little video about our solar panels today. If you watched our previous videos, you know that I ordered a 100-watt panel and we used it on our last camping trip. And it did pretty good, but being in the shade, I felt like we needed more to keep the battery charged and to run our ice cold freezer. And we ordered another 100-watt panel, and I'm going to show you what I did with them. And we're going to be going camping again pretty soon, so we'll be giving them another test. I have a fuse box coming today, so I'm going to wire everything into fuses so it'll be protected. And once I get all that done, I'll show that to you later on. But for right now, I just want to show you what I did with the solar panels. I didn't spend a lot of money doing it. I kind of used what I had laying around. I may change the legs later, but like I said, for now, I used what I had and it worked. Honestly, I've been trying not to go to any stores right now. Maybe later on I'll feel a little more comfortable. But we thought we was going to go to Lowe's today, and we drove by and there were so many cars in the parking lot, and the outside register people backed up on it. So we decided to forget about going to the store today. Maybe another time. But like I said, I did find stuff at the house to use, and for now it works. And I'm going to turn the camera around and show y'all what I did. Okay, I'm going to pull the panels out. I'll probably bring the camera in and give some close-ups later. I just put some strap handles on it, and then I used a plastic last in the center to hold it together, keep it shut. I just put a hinge on the back. I just riveted it into the panel and just screwed this on there for now. Eventually I'm going to take this off and I'm going to weld up a little leg, and I'm going to make the leg to where it can be adjustable so I can get different angles on the panel. But for right now I'm using this. And of course, I hinged turn around this way. I hinged the panels together with 2 hinges. I may put a third, and they're riveted in. And basically what I do to set it up is I go ahead and I lean it back on one panel with my leg. Then I'll unlatch it and just unfold it. This leg swings down. And she's opened up, ready to go. I'm still waiting on my other connector. And what it does is it'll tee both of these panels together, and then it'll run to the control box through this one line. It should be here the next day or two. But this is it, and like I said, it worked out. So each panel is 100 watts. I just had these straps at the house, so I cut them to length, and I just used bolts. They're stainless to hold the straps on, and then I riveted. Let me fold this up a little bit. That strap into the back, and it's the buckle, as you can see. And then let me fold this over. The leg on the back, like I said, a hinge, and then it folds open. Now that hinge, that's as far as that hinge will fold back, but I didn't want a whole lot of stress on this aluminum, So I put that string on there, and that helps. That's as far as that leg will go. And the length of my leg is pretty much about the right angle for these panels. Let me come around here. It's about the right angle anywhere I'm going to be, so I really don't have to worry too much about adjustments. And if I wanted to have them a little more flat, I could put something underneath this other end, just prop it up on it. I can still go up a little bit just by doing this. Lift up a little bit, and you know, I have a bigger angle. But it really worked out fine with my handles, and you know, the way I need to file that little point off that. But you know, it just, if I can do this with one hand, it just clips together like that. But it works fine. You know, I can move them where I need to go, and they store right in the back of the truck with no problems. And I don't know, I looked at a 200-watt bookcase factory, and I want to say, I don't even remember how much it was. I thought I remember telling Ashley that I saved $150 by putting this together like this instead of buying a factory suitcase. It may not look as good, but it serves the same purpose. And if you have watched enough of my channel, you know that I do things on a budget as much as I can, and then I graduate up as time goes on. As we keep advancing with our channel, we kind of advance things that we use. And I made a video about this homemade rack, just a cheap rack I built myself. You know, it ain't the prettiest rack there is, but it served its purpose well, and it's still holding up fine. But I am going to build another rack later, and it's going to be totally different than this rack. Now that I have had this one, and I've used it, and there's some things I wish it had that I didn't incorporate into this one, I will incorporate into my next rack, and it's going to be made, like I said, completely different than this one. But you know, this was affordable. It didn't cost me much money at all, though a lot of that metal I had laying around, you know, I just bought this and put it in there. But yeah, it works. And then these panels power our Iceco freezer refrigerator, and man, that thing works great. I don't have it plugged in right now. In fact, it's empty, and I've rearranged how I have stuff in there. Before, I had this lengthways, and you had to get up in the truck to get into it, and I moved stuff around and turned it to where this way all I gotta do is get it from the back of the truck, and I think it's gonna work better. I'm gonna make a little platform for it to sit in, and then the platform will attach to my track, and I do have it locked in as it is. But anyway, this was basically for these panels. I wanted to show you my little bookcase setup, and man, you know, didn't cost me much money at all, and I like it. And I was going to, this is the plugs on these panels, and what I'm waiting on is an adapter, and it'll have where both of these panels, you know, both the panels have wires. Them are just hanging over there, but they'll plug into it, and then this end of the main will plug into the other end, and they'll be hooked up in parallel. and ready to go. 200 watts of power, and I feel confident that that's going to be plenty. You can see now we're part shade and not a lot of sun on that panel. And if I come over here to the box, 18, 14, 100%. No errors. You can see that it's pushing juice, but that battery's charged. 14, 18 at the, I said there's plenty. And just think when I get this other panel hooked up. And this is about what it's like when I'm camping in the forest. You can see I'm underneath the big tree. So that's about how it is when I'm in the forest. Every now and then I can find some full sun, but this is going to serve us well. But anyway, I'm carrying on. I just wanted to show you this bookcase I made, and it folds up pretty easy. It works pretty good for me, I think. You know, just fold it over, and then I'll latch it. Of course, I have two hands, just like that. And then I'll pick it up, and then it's ready to go in the back of the truck. It's very easy to set up. You just do it the opposite. Unclip it, unfold it, hold the little leg out. Well, there it is. And it's set up. Anyway, I hope you liked the little video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, be sure to give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button while you're there. And more videos about this solar setup's coming. I'll hopefully have that fuse box. I'm going to mount it in that black box. So hopefully I'll have that done soon. And we have 2 USB ports, another cigarette lighter plug coming that we're going to mount. But that's it for now. Y'all have a great weekend. Well, as I was making the video about my panels, the mailman ran. So you see the package I got here. Let me open this up real quick. Okay, what I've got here is a 6-way fuse block, plate fuse, marine bus, RV, van, vehicle. Oh, made in China. I have to wash my hands after this. I do anyway. Scrub my phone down. Okay, it's in another little baggie, so I have to put the phone down and get it out of there. Okay, so this is the little fuse box. Comes with some little stickers. You put different ones, you know, label for what they are. Little set of instructions. Bag of fuses. The screws to mount it. Now this little cover, clear cover here, it comes off. So let me pop that off real quick. So you just push in on them little black knobs and it just comes right off. That's the little cover for it. And then you got your positive cable will go here, and then your negative cable from the battery will go there. And then this is your grounds for your, like say I'm gonna hook a cigarette lighter up. The ground wire will go there, and then the positive lead will go right here, and of course there'll be a fuse here. If that fuse goes bad, this little red light will light up and let you know that you've got a bad fuse. So that's pretty cool. At first I thought these stayed lit up, and I thought, well, that'll run the battery down. But they only come on when your fuse pops, so you know which fuse is bad. And I can hook 6 different things up to this. So I've got 2 cigarette lighters, I've got a USB port that has 2 plugs, but it's still just one item, so that'll take 3. And then I have 2 lights that I'm gonna have mounted to separate switches, so there'll be one for each light that I use. So they'll leave one still open for whatever I decide to put on it. I'm not going to put this light on it. I've already got an inline fuse on it, so I'm not going to mess with it. But it's going to work perfect for what I need. But anyway, I'll have that hooked up for long.